Welcome back to another episode of A to Z Movie Night, where a few film nerds gather around a bottle of Jameson to watch a movie. A to Z Movie Night contains foul language and is intended for a mature audience. Listeners' discretion is advised. You've been warned.
No, these idiot kids.
All you history buffs listening, you know what I'm talking about. You got that reference.
I mean, he just laid down on a slab and just sat there.
That's a great one, Tim.
I got nothing.
That's a great one. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
He's like, my name's Zach Bowman, and you know, I just really like movie too. It had nothing to do with my.
And he drank every day starting at 10 o'clock.
All right, you guys. I'm your host, Aaron. I'm here with my co-host. I got Chris Corville.
Hi.
I got Tim Postlewaite.
Hello.
And I got Zach Bowman.
What up?
Tonight we're watching Ghost Ship. It is a 2002 American-Australian horror film directed by Steve Beck.
Once again,
welcome back, Steve Beck. It had a budget of $20 million. It got $68 million in the box office, and the Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 14%.
and look, I really want to clarify.
Jesus.
If you listen to 13 Ghosts, I'm astounded that I had no idea that it was done by the same person.
That's true.
Like, I really had no fucking idea.
I've never seen it, so I wouldn't know.
Same guy directed.
All right, for the synopsis, in a remote region of the Bering Sea, a boat salvage crew discovers the eerie remains of a grand passenger liner thought lost for more than 40 years. But once on board the eerie, cavernous ship, they said eerie twice, that's kind of shitty. The crew of the Arctic Warrior discovers that the decaying vessel is anything but deserted. It's home to something more deadly and horrific than anything they've encountered on all their years at sea.
Fuck. Sounds
scared.
bad.
I'm scared.
All right, so we're going to kick it off in 3, 2, 1.
Here we are.
Cheers.
Welcome back, Jameson.
Cheers.
Welcome back, Jameson.
They still didn't send us anything.
Let's do this one to ghosts.
Yes. Hell of a word.
Maybe they exist, maybe they don't. Who knows? You know what? Actually, I don't know if we ever even took the time to even talk about that. Like, what do you guys think? Do y'all think ghosts exist?
That's a loaded.
We talked about
That's
that
a loaded-
little bit.
yeah.
On
Did
the
we?
last episode, yeah.
Well, Chris,
Good ghosts and
Chris,
bad
I
ghosts.
feel like we would
Chris
have.
wasn't here. Do you think they exist, Chris?
Well, you know, I think something else exists for sure.
Like what?
We'll do a whole other episode about that because that'll become me and you talking for 30 minutes about it.
No,
Because I
come
think
on.
we view it very differently.
Yeah.
No, we got a little time
Well,
before
I mean,
the important
I've
part. that's
experienced
coming
some strange
this
shit
intro
before.
is one of the best intros to a horror film.
up. You know what I was thinking about it?
Look at
and
this
I know, it's
pink.
all like-
It looks like a Barbie doll.
Love
fucking
Boat.
It's like Love
by
Boat, yeah.
Mattel.
What's great about this opening
Nothing to be
scene,
scared of.
and it's a really, I give credit to Steve Beck and everybody who made this film because it's one of the most, it's one of the best horror movie death scenes that I've ever seen. I think it's my favorite, but they did you the service of putting it at the beginning of the movie, and after it's over, you don't have to watch the movie anymore.
Yeah. It's and again, like we were saying at the beginning of 13 Ghosts, like how it has kind of a James Bond, like the opening scene sets the stage for like bam,
Yeah.
gets
yeah,
you
yeah.
into it. It has a kind of a holy shit moment, and you're like, it hooks you right away, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll stick around and see what's going to happen. Carl
Urban.
I'll give credit, dude. I really give credit to it. And he only did these 2 movies, Steve Beck. And like, I know they were flops. They're considered bad, but
They have their moments.
I mean, I guess we're getting to the what I like about this movie is I like this movie, and I've been rewatching it since we did 13 Ghosts, and I really believe that it's for the same reason I like that movie is because like there's actually more to it. It's very haphazard. But it's got a great story, great twist. Anyway, Chris, what do you think?
Man, I've never seen this one, but I loved 13 Ghosts. Always loved that movie. So, had no idea he did another movie. It was his only other movie. It's about ghosts.
And they both have ghosts in the
All
title.
right, I'm down. I'm down to clown with it.
And they were like a year apart too, huh? They were
Yeah,
pretty
this was
close.
2002. That one was 2001.
Yeah, so
You got anybody else have anything to weigh in on a Ghost Ship?
I noticed. I always thought that it was weird. Like this guy befriends the little girl, and it's like, okay, that's weird.
Here we go again.
But no, like
No, the guy.
Yeah, it is weird.
I'm worried about her for her safety.
Yeah.
This was set in 1960. This opening?
Because they
scene?
said this was 40 years in the past. yeah, so
okay. So this is more than likely what happened.
62.
These are
What?
probably
She
the
just-
ghosts.
She's
right?
giving that waiter like weird eyes.
Again,
man.
Robert Zemeckis. He was a producer on 13 Ghosts too.
See, I
That's
think
crazy.
Robert Zemeckis probably was like, Steve, listen, man, I know you haven't like actually filmed anything, but I fucking love ghosts, and here's
Yeah.
some money.
Make some ghost.
I
movies.
can't do it because I'm a serious director.
Yeah.
Like I'm Robert Zemeckis, so here you go.
Make some ghost movies.
Was
So
able to-
Dark Castle was Zemeckis, right?
It has to be, yeah, yeah. Because we talked about it. It was like a little baby company off of TriStar.
It was short-lived, right? Or
Well, we were trying to figure that out last week. I'm not even sure if they're even around anymore,
No,
to be
they're
honest. There's new things like Bloomhouse and
Yeah.
these other horror movie houses that have taken over.
Oh, wait a minute. I am all of a sudden remembering exactly what's about to
Yeah.
happen.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they're probably all about to die, right?
Ugh.
These are going to be the ghosts.
like all of
This is great.
I remember watch. I don't think I saw this in theaters or where I saw this movie, but I remember this scene was just like, what?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
I love that sound
Oh
effect.
fuck!
This is great.
They're all
would
gonna
do-
just
I mean-
slide apart.
They could do it too.
Yeah, to
Everybody
our
just-
listeners.
That's so fucking brutal,
Yeah,
dude.
I've
If you
never-
don't
yeah.
know what we're reacting to right now, pause this, go to YouTube, and look up the
Just
clip.
look up the scene.
Yeah.
Look up intro to
It's-
Ghost Ship. It's about a 5-minute scene.
I mean, this is really it's been on a number of lists as like
Yeah,
the best
top 10
horror-
horror moments in horror films.
I mean,
Look
dude,
at that.
Wow.
Props to Steve Beck. I did some more research on him because the lawyer kill in 13 Ghosts where he gets split in half.
Yeah,
is
and I was
amazing,
about to
too.
say they did
Look at
something
that.
interesting
Look at
like
that
that in
shit.
13 Ghosts.
Oh, that's so great.
So
Look at, oh, fuck yes.
You know, one thing that's really good about this is they don't like show people just instantly dying because they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
It would-
shock of it all, and
they would go into shock instantly.
You would go in shock, but it would take you about. It'd probably take you maybe 2 minutes to pass out from blood loss.
So Steve Beck's only other credits were for visual effects. He was the visual effects art director for Hunt for Red October, for The Abyss and Last Crusade, Indiana Jones. So he worked
wow.
for ILM,
wow.
like back in the 80s and 90s. So like he's
That happens a lot where people they're visual or they're this part and then eventually they end up getting their own
Yeah.
it's
movie.
just weird. He only has those 5 credits and they're 10 years apart. And I couldn't find anything about what he's done since. And
Damn tugboat.
Interesting.
We don't have much time.
Ghosts, man. Illuminati got him. They're like, man, you're hitting way too close to
Yeah,
home with
exactly.
that ghost thing.
It's like I can only make movies
We
about
gotta
ghosts.
We gotta quiet this guy. He's on to us.
Maybe he just hasn't had any paranormal
Juliana
experiences in the recent.
Get back here.
That Isaiah Thomas and Juliana Margulies, they were like both on ER, weren't they?
well, he got canned from ER because
Racist or
allegedly,
homophobic comments.
he used homophobic slurs towards
Yeah.
somebody.
We definitely couldn't work on ER then. Even though we're playing characters of ourselves. So,
Yeah, we are playing characters.
just so y'all know.
Yeah, we're just
To reiterate that, you know.
yeah.
Telling you for the last time, get back here.
What was Carl Urban doing around this time?
He was doing Lord of the Rings around this time.
What,
Yeah.
What year was
I always
this?
forget that he's in that.
2002.
Yeah.
2002. They'd already wrapped.
Fellowship of the Ring came out Christmas 2001.
I mean, they wrapped that, but like that was what.
yeah, they
that's-
wrapped
yeah,
filming
yeah.
Lord of the Rings like
They-
in '99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he. So
he
the-
was,
no,
but he
two-
wasn't. He didn't come in until
Two Towers and this movie
2002.
they came out at the same
Yeah.
year.
right? Because
But you said this is an American/Australian film production, so that would
So
explain
it was
Carl
around there.
Urban.
yeah.
Well, it's funny. His first film, 13 Ghosts, was a Canadian American.
Yeah,
one,
that's what I was
and
going to
now
mention.
it's an Australian.
I noticed that last week. I was like, Canadian American, Australian American.
So it's an Australian American film, but it takes place in the Bering Sea, which is on the east coast of the United States. over
No, it's
Alaska.
not.
No, that's near
That's West
Australia,
Coast.
isn't it?
Bering Strait.
No, the Bering Strait is Alaska. It's,
Between Asia and
Yeah, that's
the
that's-
Bering-
No, that's where they're at.
yeah, you
Wait.
said East Coast.
West Coast. West Coast. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Russia, Alaska.
What else?
Kind of close to where Titanic sank.
Arctic Weather Patrol flights out of Mackenzie Bay.
Yeah.
And last month,
Why does
We missed a lot of character development.
yeah?
No, well, we just saw them like, okay, they
He's the leader of this
ragtag
team.
Yeah,
That guy looks like the hacker from.
they're like treasure
from-
hunters or something.
Why does that guy look like a hacker from Die Hard to me?
Who the guy that
That guy.
The guy that
Yeah.
that's Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, the nerdy hacker guy.
Yeah,
It's the
kinda.
same frames and stuff.
The
I was
tech
like,
savvy.
he drives the ship.
Let's see. I noticed all those beer bottles were cleverly turned away so we couldn't see the labels.
I would have figured it'd be a Heineken or something.
They look like MGDs. Let's see if we get some product placement so we can get some. Send us some shitty beer. Or
Come on.
Australia, America.
Tim, what's the non-alcoholic beer we have at Thirsties?
We used to have O'Doul's.
Do we have like St. Pauli Girl made one?
It's
now?
a very St. Pauli's a very very low alcohol
Okay.
content beer. Yeah.
Did you hear? Have you heard about Heineken Double Zero?
I heard that was actually a pretty
It's
damn
supposedly
good drink.
it's 0 calories, 0 alcohol, which sounds like it sucks. But
Why would anybody drink that?
Right.
well, because this is what's strange is apparently they've spent like close to like $1 billion in research and development for this thing Heineken has, and it tastes just like you're drinking a regular beer. And it's 0.0. We need to get some. I want to try it.
Interesting.
Heineken's
Right,
gross.
I like it because it tastes like weed.
Yeah, it's all skunky and gross. I don't like it.
Kind of the same thing with like Beck's and
Oh, I
Any
was
of those.
right. I was fucking right.
What?
Miller MGD. God, I know my beer labels even when I don't see them.
That's fine with me. Let's just tell him to get somebody else.
We have MGD in Australia, I guess.
Probably.
We might have shot it somewhere.
It's hard to find MGD anymore.
It's probably big in Australia though.
yeah, it's
MGD's big. in
All they
big in
got,
Australia.
all they got is Foster's and MGD.
Yeah, Foster's.
yeah, Australian for beer.
God, those are commercials.
Forgot
Hey
about
man,
those.
hey man, bring me back one of them big ass can of Foster's.
Yeah, a big ass fucking can.
It's the most awkward can of beer you'll
God,
ever
are
drink.
they gonna take a sip?
I'm in. Man, they are just cutting to the chase with this movie.
Oh, there's no time. It's.
I
Gotta
think
get
there's,
out
like,
there. We gotta see
Zero.
this go
There's
shit.
like zero character development. It was just
they
like,
established the
here's the
horrific
job.
thing,
Yeah.
and then they established it. They did like the Armageddon thing where they have this one crazy thing that happens.
Here's what they do, and they're good at their job.
Oh man, they're really good at it. And now they're
Yeah.
celebrating. And then
Right.
here comes the mysterious stranger with.
They're like, we like our job, and we like each other. We don't play.
He looks like he just came off the set of
Well, he
fucking
said,
Two
"Hey,
Towers,
let me
man.
let
He's
me
got the
buy you a
same
drink."
haircut
And
and everything.
she was like, he doesn't drink. And there's that scene, that long pause scene where
wonder
he's
why
like,
he doesn't drink. Foreshadowing.
those are like the foreshadowing and like just really shitty character development.
It's like, no, I don't drink.
he had
Cut
that
to
line.
him like banging shots.
Well, he had the line about my fiance back home and like it's all that.
We're gonna get the backstory of of course.
All right, so to
I don't
back,
take those kind of jobs.
We're in
anymore.
international waters.
Wait, Aaron, did we
everybody.
ask you what you think of this movie?
oh, I have no comment on what I think of the movie.
All right.
I haven't seen this since like 2003 or something. On when I had Dish. Well, I didn't have it. My parents had it because I was.
I really can't
Okay.
recall.
Hell yeah.
when I
And here
saw
we
this
get
movie.
to the
Disturbed.
shitty horror movie soundtracks in the early 2000s. Let's put some fucking
They were watching Fist of Fury on the TV.
yeah.
Yeah, and Urban was
Okay,
just laughing
okay,
at it.
look, whenever that song was out at that time, I jammed the fuck
What
out
was
of it.
who is
I
that?
don't- yeah,
I think
Dis-
it's Disturbed.
Disturbed.
No, I think that was.
God.
I think that was Drowning Pool. I
it's
think that
one
was,
of those shitty drowning pool Disturbed.
No, Mudvayne.
Godsmack. Mudvayne.
oh, that was Mudvayne, and that song was actually badass as fuck.
Basically
Oh,
one of
yeah.
those dog jam buzz fest bands,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Nah, that song didn't come on Dog Jam because
I mean,
It was
dog
a
jam
little
like the
too hard.
festivals or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mudvayne was part of that crew of like Mudvayne. There was
Mushroom Head.
Seven
Slipknot.
Dust.
no,
Slipknot.
they were
No.
not in the same.
No, yeah, Seven Dust was not in the same because
That was a little later.
Slipknot
no,
all
Seven Dust
wore
was about
masks.
the same.
They're
Mud-
the same.
it's that
They're
hard
popular
rock.
around the same area, but like Mudvayne painted all their faces all crazy
No,
and
I
shit.
know. I know.
Slipknot,
I'm not
yeah.
saying what they've presented themselves. I'm talking about the music.
They were like
they
Slipknot. They
in
weren't
that
like Seven
category
Dust.
of when the butt rock was really hitting, like Nickelback and everything was first coming to where they were like the last.
Korn
of
was
the,
huge.
They were
Korn
last
started.
They were the
Yeah,
last of
in a
like
way,
the
yeah.
tolerable ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Korn came around and everything started going that direction. Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit and fucking
A third of Murphy's operation.
all these bands started, the new metal trend in the late 90s.
Dude,
early
do you remember like
2000s.
back in like what 2001 or 2? Like that was all the rage in Beaumont. Like There was like
metal,
5 or
yeah.
6 like local bands that were like that butt rock.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
always playing it like changing times.
I want to say
or
so
there,
much, but I really don't want to get any.
Yeah,
all
let's
these,
not.
all these
Yeah.
shitty
I'm
metal
not
bands.
naming bands. I'm not going to name a band.
I was about to name all of them.
Oh,
because I went to
I
their
was
shows.
like- I was about to have one on the tip of my tongue. I was like, don't do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Booking
That's
bands
hilarious.
at the art studio, and then of course local bands at Vortex. I could name every single
Oh,
one of those
yeah.
bands y'all are talking about
For sure.
Hey, when are we gonna do Dog Jam 3-2?
Not
32, 3-2.
That's still one of my favorite bullshit ideas I ever.
Oh shit!
It's
There's
like a direct
ghosts on the
sequel to that
sonar.
specific
Yeah.
jam.
Well, the plan is we're going to start with cover tribute bands of the bands that played the original Dog Jam 3. But as we go on, Dog Jam 3, Dog Jam 3, 4 will slowly, once those bands get
You
older
lost
and
me.
they become cheaper, we'll get the actual band. So the end goal is to get Three Doors Down and the whole lineup.
Right. And redo it to make a sequel of that exact
Yeah.
lineup. Okay.
Nobody's goal should be to get Three
yeah, your
Doors
priorities
down.
are-
No,
Fuck,
listen.
Zach.
No, there's a reason it was epic. It was Dog Jam 3,
probably could,
and
though.
it took place in 2003 on March 3rd or some crazy shit.
Had
And
Three
Three
Doors
Doors Down
Down.
headlined.
Yeah.
Like, how amazing! Like, props to whoever put that shit on.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like Brent Coon
Big Dog 106.
and Big Dog 106?
Fucking big dog, man.
They're still playing like the same playlist that they played.
Yeah,
like,
they probably still
Yeah.
play all those same
15
fucking
years
bands.
No, they cycled out a lot of the good ones.
Oh.
Oh damn!
Oh.
He didn't even see that on the radar, dog.
Pull up.
Probably because it's a ghost ship.
No, he's not gonna die.
Oh shit!
It's too
Oh.
So you guys know what the most famous folklore ghost ship is?
I have a feeling you're going to tell us.
early. The SS. Fuck you. I don't know. Charlie.
That ship that's like when you get on the ferry, like between Crystal Beach and Galveston. That
Nah,
you
the,
see
the,
sticking out.
the Flying Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Come on.
The Flying Dutchman.
I knew that.
Cheers.
No, did you actually have something?
No, that's. I was just gonna say that's
Yeah.
the most famous, but there's been about 5 cases of like real ghost ships. A ghost ship is just like a ship where everyone actually either disappeared mysteriously and has been adrift for years, or like the crew was found dead and they can never
Explain it.
find it. Yeah, the Mary Celeste is another one that was floating for like 6 years. It was found in 1972, and like people were killed and they found the bodies like actually in like these positions of like, no, stop, like with their hands up in front of them, and the guy who put out the signal, like the
SOS.
the SOS,
Yeah.
like the dude's body, he still had his hand on the dial. Like rigor mortis
Whoa.
set in instantly.
Whoa.
It was a weird one, and they never found out why they yeah. It's
You think
strange.
they got enough
Creepies.
tires on that boat?
Yeah.
In case they take water.
More tires.
Well, I mean, tugboats are used pretty in
Well, yeah.
a different way. Like they'll actually
push
they'll
boats.
nudge the boat.
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes.
They
That's-
nudge up a boat.
Like
to,
the bottom of it is basically a big like
Yeah.
rubber.
Well, and that boat's name is the Arctic Warriors, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna run into some fucking ice out there. So they got the
yeah.
That's huge.
tires on there.
I mean, they're in the Bering Strait. I guess all those little dots are glaciers. I
I guess.
Iceberg right ahead.
Hey, fuck them icebergs. This ship can't sink.
Aye, aye, Captain.
This ship was built by the lowest bidder, dog.
We're just a ragtag team. We ain't got the fancy gadgets.
He won't let me go.
We use our instincts and our guts.
I don't think I would enjoy living on the water for like a
You sit down, please.
long
Yeah.
amount of time, like a few weeks,
Well, in the
couple
beginning,
months or something.
he said they've been out for like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, you start.
gotta
You
think,
start.
dude.
You start
I wouldn't
kind of going loony.
Dude, the ocean is
Yeah.
a big, like, what, 90% of the world is the ocean and 75%?
70%.
Like, shit. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, ships actually do get lost for years,
yeah.
you know?
That idea is terrifying.
Yeah.
It
To,
really
to
is.
get so far out that you can't see land, and then you get turned around.
Well, I mean, who's gonna come help you? You
Right.
know what I mean? Like,
Nobody
if you get in
cares.
trouble, right? If you're in the middle of the Pacific.
I mean, if you actually manage to get a call to help, like, they'd probably be able to get to you in like a day,
Shit,
maybe 2 days.
That depends.
You know?
maybe.
Could be weeks. Yeah.
And like a cruise ship, if a cruise ship got stranded, like,
She's like a
to get all those people off, like, it'd take a while.
Never been on a cruise, but
Me neither.
talked to a friend, and she had a horror story to tell me, and I was like,
Dude, that just
I
sounds
don't
so
know if I
terrible.
want to.
Like, that just sounds
Yeah.
horrible to me. Like,
That's what's too common is everybody has like a horror story.
Like they had to, have an emergency, like they had to.
I mean, just the general idea of being stuck on a giant boat and like, I bet it's just the worst people.
Oh yeah.
Not saying they're all bad people,
No,
but
Zach
But-
hates people
This
that
is
go on
Zach's like
cruises.
this is like Zach's Trump moment. He's like, okay, listen up.
well, and I'm not
All
trying
the people that work on cruises, they're the
Bill-
criminals,
Bill
they're
Burr's-
rapists.
Bill Burr's most recent special,
They're bringing
he has a
drugs.
bit. He has a bit about cruise ships, and I'm not trying to hack into his thing, but I agree with him. Like,
Well, dude, a lot
Or
of those
just like
comedians,
people
they'll go
are
on
on-
cruise ship tours where
well,
they'll.
okay, I don't agree with what he says in the bit because he says that we should just blow one up every now and then. But,
Oh
Jesus.
my god!
but the point that horrible people are on cruises. I
all
agree.
right, man. So let me get this straight. So I'm gonna go on a cruise ship for 6 months. I'm gonna get paid good, and I ain't gotta see my goddamn family for six. Hell yeah, sign me up, brother. I'm
You
tired
know,
of beating my wife.
Whenever I was in audio school and just starting like doing live sound, the one job that they like pushed and said I
cruise ships.
should do was being on production for a cruise ship. And I've talked to people who actually did it, and
No.
apparently it's pretty like they have rules like you can't fraternize with the guests or you can't hang out with the dancers or whatever. But
Well, that's kind of like
sounds so
like
bad.
if you're like trying to get laid, like you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, if I was
you're
20
like if you get a girl like back to your room, it's like it's not like probably wouldn't be in her best interest to say no,
it'd definitely be an experience.
Talking about the implication?
because of the implication.
Yeah, there's an implication there.
Yeah, because I mean, you're out there in the middle of nowhere. Where's she gonna go?
Kind
So,
of has
you
to
know,
say yes,
I mean,
It kind of sounds like you're saying you're gonna rape these women.
No.
It's just the implication.
No,
the
no,
clock,
no.
the clock stopped.
Oh,
That's a scary ass clock, man.
Wake up, ghosts.
it's like their little alarm clock.
Go find the bridge.
All right. So let me ask you a question. I know this is a huge plot point, but I don't think I'm going to spoil anything. Did I see correctly that in the beginning, everyone died all at once from that cable except for the little
Except
girl?
for the
I
little
didn't see the girl
Except-
die.
Yeah, I thought it
Well,
was
I
except.
And
mean-
that's the little thing she was playing with too.
Yeah.
Well,
she
I mean,
clearly has died.
I mean,
since.
Clearly
I mean,
she's
this is a
died,
giant
yeah.
ship. There was a lot more people than died in that incident.
Sure.
Well, think about it. All
Yeah,
there's
for
no-
It's
sure.
implied.
Yeah, that was just that area. That
But think about it, the fact that even
could
if
have been
even if
everybody,
she
yeah.
was the only one left alive,
On a
it
ship
was
that size, that was not all the people.
But it was 40 years ago. But I mean, if one person and all the food that was left on that boat that was for hundreds of
Well,
people.
no, I'm saying like there's no.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, technically, a person could have survived on that boat for quite a while.
Oh, like
after
if she
that.
was
Oh, yeah,
alone.
for sure.
eating
Yeah.
the people.
Yeah.
I was about to say there was hundreds of pounds of new meat.
Yeah, think about
Yeah.
all the fucking food. Yeah, so if one person
Well,
was alone alive,
I mean, that's
they
something
could
to
have survived
consider.
for a while.
But I mean, the big thing, yeah,
That's
in
all.
that ship. But there's probably like 10 times more people. I
Oh
would
yeah,
say.
all the people that were in their rooms.
Now these aren't as big
Yeah.
as like the cruise liners are now. So it was probably like the cruise liners now hold like
thousands of people,
Like
thousands.
five- yeah.
These held
That's
like
crazy.
maybe
couple hundred.
Yeah.
maybe a little more than that.
Yeah,
I
probably
mean, it
like
was a
300.
big ass boat.
It only had one stack though. It only had one exhaust stack, so it's kind of a.
Oh,
Oh jeez, he went straight into panic mode.
I mean, that's a possibility. How creepy would that be in real life?
Oh, there's that little
Oh,
girl.
there's the girl.
There we go.
It's based on the Andrea Doria, and it capacity of 1,200 passengers and 500 crew.
Andrea Doria, that's a famous ship. Yeah.
So that was
It's
that was a
sunk
real.
in 56.
Was it a real ghost ship or just a
well,
sunk ship?
the design and
The
everything.
Andrea Doria was a real
it's
ship.
based on the Andrea Doria,
Yeah.
which sunk in 56. But yeah, it could hold almost 2,000 people.
So we're gonna have good ghosts and bad ghosts.
is it going to be a war between ghosts?
I think the girl's gonna warn
I wouldn't
them.
say a war. I would maybe call it a battle.
Misunderstanding.
The
I'd say
girl's gonna be
battle.
like, "You must leave while
Which
you
is
still can."
very similar to 13 Ghosts. I would
Yeah,
say,
there's
right?
gonna be good and bad ghosts. I figured it out already.
How many ghosts? So technically, this should just be called. This should just be a sequel to 13 Ghosts, and it should be like 128 ghosts or however many ghosts are in this movie. Separate story, but still ghosts.
Well, I mean, the title's correct because on the radar it showed up and then it didn't, and it's been
shared
missing
universe.
for 40
For sure.
years.
Shared
so,
universe. Yeah.
Shared
So
universe.
it's accurate. It is about a ghost ship.
But how'd that bird get there though?
Is that an owl?
That was a fucking pigeon or some shit. Ain't no fucking. I know my.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell the
Who's-
difference
who's
between a pigeon
blind?
and
I
an
know
owl.
my birds, and they do not have those way out there.
I don't know if y'all know this, but Tim Bird's on the weekend. He goes birding.
Yeah, man.
He does bird. Hey,
practice,
we have a lot of rare birds.
I
out in
practice
this area.
bird law.
Bird.
That's the
Actually,
second always
Southeast
sunny
Texas.
reference I've
Yeah.
made in the first 20
Southeast
minutes.
Texas is an international hub for bird watchers.
bird-
It's
watching.
a stopping off point for a
Yeah.
lot of them when they migrate.
Are they gonna do anything? Come on, guys. Go find a
Someone
ghost.
fucking die already.
I don't see one person. I don't see one person with a fucking Geiger-meter. No one has any
Yeah.
proton packs.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's,
They're completely unprepared.
they're not. Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to bring the extra large size.
But they're not ghost hunters.
Yeah, but
they're treasure
They
hunters.
have no reason to believe that
True.
there's a ghost ship. They just the lady saw one.
Yeah,
Murph
they're just
or whatever her name
exploring.
is.
They're looking for.
You know what's funny too is like she didn't say anything. If I saw
a
a little
watch.
girl ghost on that ship, I wouldn't care how crazy I was. I'd be like, "Yeah, I just saw this little
Well,
girl."
you see
like,
crazy things.
Okay, but look, they just found a digital watch that's still ticking on the ship, which doesn't add up to the 40 years ago thing. So
yeah, to
Yeah.
the '60s,
somebody else has been here.
For sure.
to the '60s where they didn't even invent calculators.
Yeah.
They
Well,
had
no, I
slide
mean,
rules.
well, they're assuming
what they're
that
saying.
they're
They're
assuming
like-
somebody's been on here.
Somebody
but
else has been there, yeah.
It's been found before.
And we're gonna find some wacko loony dude, huh? That's
Probably.
like hiding out in a room. He's like, "Oh, thank God y'all are here to save me. Let's fucking get the fuck out of here." And then he dies. He'll show up. He'll give a bunch. He'll give a bunch of exposition.
I love
Well,
how you're
He'll
calling
be like,
this.
"This is what happened, man. We gotta get the fuck out of here. You guys don't know what's going on." Bam, dead. But now our characters know what's going on.
It's something like that, Tim.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It is something like. I'll give you that. Good job.
$64 million.
I've been hiding in this locker.
Hey, that stuff
For
happens
2
to be
years.
what they got in the box office and things.
68 million,
What? Some tomatoes?
She was bound for London with her cargo.
14%.
Wait, what?
Hey, can we
Rotten
go throw
Tomatoes.
tomatoes at something that we don't agree with soon? Because I don't think people do that enough anymore.
Waka
That's what they
waka.
do.
She was doing 12 knots.
How does the percentage of Rotten Tomatoes translate to, like, does it translate to amount of tomatoes?
Right, they didn't
Or does it translate
It's
to,
that
like,
they're fresh or rotten.
oh, that's
Come on.
right.
It's just a
right.
percentage.
Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't know. I don't,
It's
fuck,
there. It's all there in the title, Zach.
I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck no.
yeah,
I don't trust them at all.
I don't listen to
Dude,
the
and
goddamn-
honestly, I'm starting to
Well,
kind
they're-
of fall
no,
off of
it's- fuck
IGN
them.
myself.
Yeah.
No,
which is
you
surprising.
can chart how their ratings affect their bank account of the people that own them, which
Yeah.
is what is Viacom or some shit like that.
I think it's a subsidiary of Sony, actually.
yeah. So you can look at the numbers.
Well, they gave the new Transformer, the Bumblebee movie, like 97%.
Jesus, come
No,
on.
no, it was
Somebody got a
it was no,
paycheck.
it was
Give me a
90. It was
break.
99% at one
Yeah,
point. They
give
were
me a
having
fucking
fun.
break.
Are you fucking serious?
Nothing gets that kind of score. You tell me they don't get paid.
bullshit.
That's exactly what this guy said. I smell bullshit.
Cheers to that.
I think it's a conspiracy. Fuck them.
No, it's not a conspiracy. I mean, it makes sense.
It's
Oh, wait,
business,
here we
baby.
go. Gabriel Byrne. I've been on the sea longer than you have.
Mary Celeste.
Mary Celeste. That's what
Yeah.
That's the one I was just saying earlier. Yeah.
Well, I think we should do what we came to do. Tie her up, tug her in.
Well, you think our little tug?
Name of my next sex tape.
Right? Exactly.
Just okay. So
tie her up and tug her in.
the story he just the exposition he did or does about the Mary Celeste.
About the real ghost ship. Yeah.
Pretty much all the information he gives is not.
Come along, scoop
Not real. Not
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
They're gone.
But now we know that he's seen some shit before, you know.
I mean, look at his eyes. You
Yeah.
can see it in his eyes.
I mean,
That's
they set him up like as like old man on the sea, the water.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
for
definitely.
sure. For sure.
He's like, listen, you guys,
the shit I've seen.
I already got a bad feeling about this.
First of all, that
I
black
lost
dude wouldn't
my
even
wife.
be in this shit.
My what? My wife.
That black dude be like, look, this shit haunted. I'm getting the fuck out.
Yeah. What?
Flashback
Why are
in
we
case
Having
you missed
nightmares about that, eh? Yeah.
the way he just peed his pants immediately?
That was so quick. It was so fast.
I don't even know how far the drop is.
He didn't even have time to be shocked. Like he was immediately
Or
speaking.
look down.
Okay, why doesn't this woman tell anybody what she saw?
Because she's
It's
probably...
not real.
Well,
It's just
no,
a
I
figment
mean,
of my
it's,
imagination.
Yeah, but we're all friends. If I told you guys I saw a little girl ghost, like y'all would be like,
That is
that's
true.
kind of weird.
That is true.
But
Yeah.
all right.
You try to say if I tell you that I swear to God I saw a little girl ghost
Yeah,
in
there
our
we
in
go.
our kitchen.
Oh, look,
you
she's-
would
she's-
believe me.
I wouldn't
saying,
know.
Well, hold on,
No, she's
listen,
saying it right now.
She's
Okay.
telling
Yeah,
right
okay.
now.
Please tell me.
There's going to be a reason nobody believes her.
Yeah.
She used to drink.
Oh yeah.
Banged heroin.
Well, they also set
yeah,
up
I
as,
used to bang
bang heroin.
with little girls.
like
So-
in the first scene they set up all their fucking they set up all their weaknesses.
Yeah,
basically,
exactly. That's what they're doing with her right now.
And now they're just carrying it out.
like,
she
look-
probably like had a daughter that died or something. They're like, yeah, of course you're seeing little girl ghosts. Your fucking daughter died, didn't
well,
she?
he asked her why she was out there, and she was like, what's a woman like me doing in a place like this or whatever?
I'm still
that
searching
fucking
for my
line.
daughter.
She's like, look, here's the deal.
I'm a tough woman. I made my own life and my own choices.
I saw this little girl, but right before we came on the ship, I did smoke salvia.
I do microdose.
Yeah.
Small
Man, I took
amounts
a
of
hit of
LSD.
acid 2 days ago,
Yeah.
but still, I think it's real.
This ayahuasca is fucking me up, you guys.
So here's the thing, Chris. If you told me that you saw a little girl in the kitchen of that, no, I would not believe you, but I would appreciate you saying it, though. Like, I would still want you,
Well, you know-
because I'm be like,
There's
So
all
then
the
that defeats the purpose of...
Chris is crazy, noted.
No, I wouldn't think Chris is crazy. I would think that, like, first of all, I'd be like, I think someone snuck in our back door, and I need to get a better lock.
okay,
you know, like,
I
Well,
would
I mean,
I would make
but-
him believe it.
but
I would
there's-
dress up like a little girl at night, go into his room, stand in the dark corner, just
like
do
me.
things like snap my finger just to get his attention.
Torn to the port collision bulkhead.
Just really own it.
Yeah, got to.
No, you don't need an iceberg to rupture a hull. I don't know.
Oh, Titanic joke.
Looks like she's been hit pretty recently.
About a week ago.
They just
soon.
made fun of a guy for having like he doesn't know anything about ships.
Group of oil on 60 miles.
Bunch of assholes.
That's spectacular. Just a bunch of rocks, a couple of thousand seals. The Antonio was caught.
How much money do you think you can get for a seal?
smoking that cigarette?
Yeah.
Slowly, but
probably a bit.
she's being pushed.
It's a couple thousand.
Last time she hit.
Probably some money.
What about next time? There won't be a next
There
time.
won't be a next.
So what he's
God.
telling him is the ship is in a drift, and it's drifting. It's doing this big circle.
Yeah,
and it's
around,
getting closer and closer to these rocks. And apparently, he said it hit it, and the next time it's going to run into him. So they need to get it
And
now.
sink,
They
yeah.
need to act now, or it's going
It's going to be lost.
Forever.
The breach we could probably pass.
And a couple of these guys are like, really want to do it because they're like, you know how much fucking scrap metal's worth right now?
Well,
like, let's pull
so,
this
like,
bitch
they
in.
could do the thing like
Sure.
most of these places like they tow it in and
Yeah.
then go explore it.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
then sometimes they're like, no, we want this we want to take credit for this find.
Well,
so
they-
let's find something before we go back, and other people then you get lawyers involved, and everybody then nobody wins.
Well, they
So-
have to go into the ship and find out what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Is it leaking anywhere? Because some of these ships, like if it's a small leak, it could take 40 years to fill it up.
Right.
Yeah.
So if it's in international waters, is it free game?
I'm not
to
sure.
Basically
They say-
anyone,
they
because
say-
there's
they
no
say
law
it is.
jurisdiction at that point.
They say it isn't here, but it's actually
It
like
might
there's a
return-
percentage.
It's probably so
Okay.
depending on its historical significance.
It's like a
you-
it's like
you
a
probably
25%.
like must
Sure.
return it to its country of origin. Probably
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like-
that's-
they
that's
do-
what I'm saying.
They do
Like-
get a finder's fee.
Yeah, well, they might want to find something first before somebody else
Yeah,
claims
and
it,
be
right?
like,
So
yeah, like, that
even
wasn't
though
on
the
there,
smart thing is, you take it ashore first, but they let's see what we can
Yeah.
find, before other people
like-
start claiming shit.
I'm gonna go look through all the passengers' safes
Ooh, look
real
at this
quick.
foreshadowing.
Yeah, like the lawyer for the company
Yeah.
that built it gets involved, and then
Right.
families get involved that
I'm taking all the jewels.
their ancestors were dead on that ship, and they want to get their bodies back. You got all
Yeah.
these bureaucratic red tape, so the
Plus, there's also
They can
criminal
have-
investigation.
they can have the bodies.
you got all sorts, and then they get shafted. They get 5% of what the real take is. So
They can have the bodies, but I'm getting those 1960s bonds. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I'm getting this.
So they would rather fix it out there on the water before they take it back in.
Well, they just got to make it to where they can actually
Make it
pull
actually tuggable.
Does the rudder's like stuck to the side? It's gonna.
Oh damn! Thing just spurted oil. I thought he died.
Damn, what was that song in the background? I was loving it. It's like
It's
a
a-
salsa style.
that was the same
Typical shit you
Castlevania
hear in a
shit.
kitchen at a restaurant.
That was the same song.
Oh my god!
God,
That was the same song I put on.
tonight.
Chris. That was the same song I put on when I shave your head.
that same.
That was the same one.
That's probably why I
Do you
love
When I
really
cut
shave
your
his head? Do you
Yeah,
shave
yeah, yeah. And I put that song on too.
It was
Look
the it was the Spanish remake of All Night Long.
All night long.
All night,
Yeah.
all night.
Look at that.
She should dive in there.
The ship is sinking, but the swimming pool is empty. That's
There's different parts of the ship.
that checks
Come
out.
on. This is like a multi-level ship. That could be.
So what? The water
in
just
the top.
dried up.
It tends to happen sometimes.
Look how wet that part is. Look,
Yeah.
there's no.
Hey, this whole water
There's a
situation's
leak
not
there.
adding up.
They explained all this, gentlemen. Come on.
I'm not buying it.
Honestly, though, this
Oh.
might be my favorite movie of all time at the end. It just depends on how it wraps up.
Cabina de
Yeah.
Capitano.
That is
Is
not
that way.
that is not how you say that in Italian.
He's
By the way.
Capitano.
It's not. It's wrong.
You're wrong.
Then you tell us. That's the captain's quarters, but you know.
Los Cabin El Capitano.
Have your laptop say it out loud and move the microphone over to it. Casina.
It might be Portuguese. You don't know. There's more than one Romance language, bro.
Well, they never really said. It sounded like they were
Well,
Italian.
it's
at the
an
beginning.
Italian ship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the lady singing had a very thick Italian accent.
All right.
It's supposed to be Cabina del Capitano.
Del.
Instead of day. Yeah. Oh well.
Day. She's a day. She's a day.
Oh shit!
It's a
She found
sing-along
it.
episode.
Look,
I like it.
so she found a shell and she's finding bullet holes down here, and she's like, I wonder
somebody-
what somebody had to shoot at.
There's definitely other people alive on this boat. Oh no! I fell 2 feet.
That little
She's
girl,
broken.
That was a pretty good fall.
that girl looks really familiar. She went on to do a lot of stuff,
She
didn't
does
she?
look very familiar. She,
I was just
who
looking up
she
the
is.
cast and like,
she had to have been in
couldn't-
something else.
Emily Browning.
She looks.
She has a very familiar face.
She looks super familiar, but I
Yeah.
feel like I recognize her as like an adult instead of a
She,
little girl.
she did a lot of stuff.
Well, that
but
makes
probably
sense,
nothing
yeah.
too notable, but
Yeah, I mean,
she was in Darkness Falls,
Okay.
which
Okay.
is also a movie I'd love to do because it's terrible.
it's terrible.
So bad. She was in 2015's Legend. Yeah. Sleeping Beauty. I don't know. Oh, she was in The
Shit.
Host. Holy shit.
oh, that's
She was a
how-
cameo.
The host,
She's
not
yeah.
the
Cameo?
Korean movie.
Yeah, yeah.
The Korean one.
No. Didn't she play the American
Yeah, that's
version
it.
of the host? Was
They
she
didn't,
the host?
They didn't do a.
Oh wait, no, this is different.
Could've sworn
no,
they-
this is wrong.
or the
Yeah,
orphan.
it's
She was the
a
orphan,
shitty-
wasn't she the
It's a
orphan?
romantic science fiction thriller. Never mind.
Razor.
Ramon.
That blood is
looks fresh.
fresh. Yeah.
She's in American Gods right now, actually.
That's why she looks familiar. She's the main character from American Gods. Okay.
Laura Moon.
Makes very much a lot
That's
of sense.
crazy.
Good
Okay.
job, Emily.
Yeah, she's currently like a zombie in American Gods.
Well, I'm glad to see that her career went somewhere after this.
Yeah.
It's a good show. It's a good show. It's a great show, actually. I like it.
And I'm really happy
Round
to
of
know that
applause,
whenever I
yeah.
finally decide to read American Gods, that actress is in the
Now
book
you have a
and
face
plays
to
a
put to the
zombie.
character.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
Now, every time you watch American Gods, you'll think of Ghost Ship.
Oh yeah, I don't care about spoilers. You know.
It's not a spoiler because I don't even know who that character is.
Yeah.
It's just an actress.
I thought you were
I'm
spoiling
going to read
me
it
for the
before
book.
I
yeah.
watch it.
I say that book's like 15 years old, so I'm not doing a spoiler alert on it. So
That's
Yeah.
Neil Gaiman, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Oh my
pool's
God.
leaking CGI blood.
The ship is bleeding.
That was some bad CGI blood.
Reminder that she said he doesn't drink anymore.
Yeah, I knew that was going
Now,
to come
okay,
back.
granted,
Torrance
if I
situation?
was sober and I found scotch in a captain's quarters from a ship that was from like the 60s,
You're gonna
I'd
take a
probably
sip.
If the cap was on
Hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably it'd be
Yeah.
ruined, wouldn't it?
I'm bottling it up and I'm taking it. I'm gonna give it to one of the guys at
I mean,
Southeast
I definitely
Texas
would-
Beer
I
Society.
definitely would
Gulf
wanna
Coast Spirit
taste-
Society,
Hey.
yeah.
I definitely would want to taste some 40-year-old scotch, yeah. Is he having like a Jack Torrance kind of moment right
That's
now?
what I was just thinking.
Funny you said that.
Oh, man, I called it. The
Funny-
ship's like, have a drink.
Funny you said that.
Called
Tim.
it. I called it literally a minute before
waiting,
you.
I've been waiting to bring it
Didn't
up.
hear it.
So the original script, what meant for this to become like they get stranded on this ship and it becomes what they said is they wanted it to be shining in this ship. So it's
On
the shining
water.
on water.
Must be losing my guy.
And everybody in this movie signed on and signed their contracts to do that script. And whenever they landed in Australia, they had rewritten the script to what it
changed
is now. And all of them said that I would not have done this movie if they had not have done that. But
Well,
they were
sure.
obligated.
I bet some
Can
of
you
those
imagine?
elements still stayed in the film,
Oh, yeah,
but it's
yeah.
not what they signed on for.
Yeah.
But imagine like a legitimate, like The Shining in a giant cruise ship
That would've
from
been-
today.
It's a good idea.
Like
Like,
all the
where they all
ballrooms,
turn on each
the
other,
bars,
like-
like
Yeah.
the pool room, you
Like
name it.
the head
That would
guy
be
was
cool.
supposed to be the bad guy. He goes all Jack Torrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
The guy you think is the sound, reasonable person
Yeah.
is the one that ends up losing it. Yeah, if they ever remade The Shining, they should take a chance and do it on a cruise
Why
ship.
not?
do it on ice, man.
not?
Fuck.
on Ice? The Shining on Ice.
Shining on Ice.
Actually, with Jack
Bring
Nicholson.
your kids, ladies and gentlemen. It's The Shining on Ice.
Can you imagine? Like the guy playing Torrance, like fucking
Running around
skating,
with an ice
skating out
with
there
an
with a giant fucking axe.
No, you know what would make it better is if they made the door a skater too. So they have to skate in tandem. She's behind the door, and they're doing
You're
spins and shit.
trying to create the production.
I'm
of
doing
it
Make
now.
it a
choreography
musical,
right
too. A musical rendition of The Shining on ice.
An
I'm
upbeat,
just
an
a man
upbeat number about red rum.
who wants to kill his son.
All work and no play.
Yeah.
Oh, Mace, Jack, and Doughboy.
And there's backup singers. He said, "I'll work."
I'm just gonna bash your fucking brains in.
That's good.
I might need your help shutting it in. Get ready.
Slime.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh, is that like a shitload of bodies? I bet that
You
would.
already know that's gonna smell
That's
bad.
what happens whenever I try to drain my pasta. Everything always
Dead
slips through the
humans
cracks.
coming out of it.
It just slips through the cracks. You know, that's just what it looks like.
You're saying like people are in their pasta.
Yeah, they
If
would-
You're doing
they-
like Dahmer's recipe or whatever.
They wouldn't be able to breathe, basically. In that small confined space with all those rotten bodies. The air would, it stinks.
Yeah, they'd be puking.
Make one reference to the smell. It would be unbreathable.
And if they have any wounds, they're definitely gonna have some
yeah.
diseases now.
And the fact that they open their eyes in that water, too, yeah.
It's definitely hepatitis A.
Yeah, just the infection alone.
This way.
I feel like the water would be more soupy.
They've got it all in their
So
mouths.
props for the beginning, but you kind of lackluster on this one.
You know what's funny
They
is.
definitely showed her open her eyes underwater, and that I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's gross.
She'd be
If I was in that exact situation, I would
This dude about to
still
see
be
it goes.
more afraid of sharks in the boats than those dead bodies. That's how stupid I am. That's how
there's a
ridiculous I am.
cigarette still burning.
Say what?
He's like, fuck yeah, man, that's my brand.
Man, don't put your mouth on a fucking ghost cigarette. Come on, dude.
He's like, cigarette, huh? That checks out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the only
That's what that is.
Strange here.
his logical assumption is somebody else must have done that.
Well, he said, when did you start wearing lipstick, Epps?
Yes, yeah.
Like,
Nice titties. Future Mrs. Greer, though.
oh my God, this dude dead.
Nice titties.
This dude dead.
I want him to be the
Wait a
hero. Uh-oh.
That's her
Uh-oh.
cigarette.
There she is right there, ghost ass.
That's the lady in room 237.
Do not go in there.
And his name's Jack.
Yep.
Oh shit! Look, there's a car on here, so we know
Oh,
we're
I
gonna
never
have
noticed
that. We know we're gonna have that Titanic sex scene with a ghost.
Yeah.
The foggy glass with the hand, and one of them's a skeleton.
Well, we did
hand.
learn
It's a
from
convertible,
13
so that
Ghosts
can't
that
really
ghosts
happen.
can still achieve orgasm.
Oh yeah, we did. We did learn that.
150. I had dreams about this car since I was a kid.
We have to get out of here now.
Isn't that strange that it just happens to be there?
Yeah.
We
He's
should ask that Beck guy.
He's like is this the young naive guy that like this is his first trip with them?
No, and he basically they're all drinking, celebrating the opening.
He's the one that brought them the job.
Well, he approached him as like, hey, I fly. He said he flew planes for like a I don't know, whatever.
Oh, we're gonna have a twist, and he's already been on this ship, huh?
And he approached him. I found this ship.
he's
you
already
know?
been on it. He ain't
but I wanna
telling us
cut.
everything that he knows.
Oh,
Come on,
look at the gold.
Oh shit, that's motherfucking gold, son.
What?
Look at this.
Rich.
Well,
That's a lot of
he
money.
offered him 20%, and they were like, no, we'll give you 10.
I'm gonna,
But I'll take 10, but I gotta come with you.
I'm gonna calculate how much
Yeah,
that
he-
gold's
he
worth.
knew.
Someone trying to call me? Dodge.
All right, I've been putting this off for a while. How do I know her? What else is she from?
Who's Maureen?
It's driving me crazy.
I don't recognize her at all. I recognize the little girl, but not her.
I'll look it up.
She was in ER.
The gal.
Oh, yeah, you already said that. That's what it is.
Well, Tim's talking off mic for whatever fucking reason. What are you doing?
He's gonna go bust a fat piss.
Oh shit! Ghosts are talking.
Don't go in there.
Don't do it. Don't go in there. I admire her bravery.
That's Epps, dog. She ain't scared of shit.
Just rib cages. Come on, show me something. Ooh. Ooh. Haha. The typical we're all gonna scare you gag.
Oh.
Fucking asshole!
But it smelled. Do you think it's
If it's not
Hey,
the
hey.
character's buddies or a cat jumping on something.
All right, so I calculated something real quick. That little chest of gold right there, you know how much just that small chest of gold is worth?
What?
The laundry room.
$364 million, 146,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. Is that like a standard size?
Yeah, those were 400. Those were 400 troy ounce bricks, the really big standard size. And I counted them and then saw what the price of a troy ounce of gold is.
How much does that weigh?
Oh, a shitload. Yeah, that would probably be like
Those are
400 pounds or some shit.
Damn.
yeah, that would be a lot, right?
Yeah, it would be. That's what I'm saying.
That's like 20 bars.
yeah, that's it's like $300 million.
In real life, does it make that twinkling sound whenever?
I've heard that.
I
I've heard
would,
that.
I would believe that. It's probably just like the chemicals in your brain
Yeah.
exploding.
Right.
And there's still an estimated like $93 billion worth of gold in the oceans right now from shipwrecks.
You know, one thing I've learned from movies, and this is making me think of, is I think if I ever actually found something like that was worth that much, I would be really scared.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Like this is somebody's money who would.
Somebody's gonna try to kill me because
Yeah.
I have this. Yeah.
It's almost the same as the people that like win lottery tickets, like that guy in Jamaica.
Yeah, and he
Where they
rocked the scream mask.
Oh,
or
scream
whatever.
mask.
Yeah.
He wore a mask on?
Smart.
Hell yeah,
That's
dude.
smart.
I'm wearing a mask. That was in Jamaica. I was wondering what that was. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way somebody's gonna let this amount of gold just float.
Yeah, if I ever came across a large sum of money, I would disappear.
Been filed down.
Yeah, dude. See, that's
That's
it. I'm like, all right, this is from the 60s. This is on a ship, a cruise ship that has no like business carrying this gold. I'd be like, that's Nazi gold.
For
For sure. That's Nazi
Yeah.
gold. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely that's some Nazi gold.
Guys that Epps found. I mean, they can't be more than 3 weeks old.
Look, somebody's gotta say.
Yeah, they would have been puking 3-week-old bodies.
Yeah.
Earlier when I was doing my recon, I could swear I heard a woman's voice.
Why does every character in this movie look like they listen to the Dave Matthews Band?
Because it's 2002.
I mean, even the older guy.
Yeah.
Dave Matthews was really big.
See, that's why she
In the
didn't.
90s.
in the Bering Strait.
That's why they didn't bring up. That's why she didn't say anything about seeing something because they're all making fun of him for hearing something. I mean, it is kind of like that's the whole thing
Yeah.
about the sea is like you see a lot of crazy things in the sea and people
Yeah.
go crazy on the sea all the time. So maybe they're being sea people, seamen.
Hey, there it
Well, you
is.
know, there's a term for it, like sea madness.
there's
Well,
or
so
yeah, I mean,
much.
it's
There's
not
probably
it's not
so
cabin
much
madness,
fever,
you know,
but
whatever.
like when you're on the water, there's a different name for it than cabin fever. Yeah, it's-
I've never been in
If you're
deep
out there-
ocean.
if you're out
I've never
there
been in
too
super
long.
deep ocean, but like I've heard stories about how eerie it is, and I'm sure it's pretty. There,
Yeah.
And it's like you say, it's like what you're out there, you're safe, you're on a boat, but like you don't ever, you can't understand unless you've been there, kind of thing.
at
Right.
night you hear weird shit.
You know, like and the sky and
That's
just,
just a wide open horizon too. Like
Yeah.
it's like being stuck in a white room for a couple days. Like it's
Yeah.
gotta.
it,
You,
it has
you
to,
can't.
yeah.
You don't hear the sound of trees. You know,
Yeah.
and like things like that. Like you'd be surprised that
Plus the magnitude, how people don't understand how big these waves are out there too.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
You're on an island that's not made out of land, so if it just falls apart, you just sink.
yeah,
you
not
die.
being on stable land can.
yeah, and then you're out in the middle of nowhere floating.
If somebody does go crazy, you're stuck there.
You know,
with them.
and there was that. What was that movie that came out where like they were stranded out in the ocean, and the whole movie was about that, and like sharks or whatever. It was like two
Open
people.
water.
Yeah, like that movie seems so goddamn unnecessary to me. Like really,
It's
like
based on a true story.
It was a true story.
oh really?
Yeah.
Well, sorry about you, bro.
Yo, Greer, fire it up.
Have some.
There was a ghost opening up a canister of gas of some sort. So y'all know.
We about to finally get our first death.
And somebody opened the door for the body, so like something is twisting stuff.
The little girl said, "Stop! You don't know what you're doing."
Uh-oh. He's like, I smell fucking gas.
He about to die.
Propane.
Who just grabbed her?
She's a ghost that's like haunted with like
Another ghost grab. Oh, shit.
She was trying to warn him.
Yeah, she witnessed like so many people die right before her. So like now she's.
Shit.
She
I
hates
think he would have
death, I
died from
guess.
the initial explosion. I don't really think he would just be burned.
Oh, now they're stranded on the boat because their tugboat just blew up.
And if she got blown that far away, she'd be pretty fucked up.
No, that was a controlled demolition bomb right there. That wasn't. That was planned.
Damn, girl, you crazy.
What? What?
No fucking way. From that height,
Hey,
she fell sideways. Like that's.
I mean, you'd be fine.
That's 30 feet. No,
You'd be fine.
No,
Yeah, you
30
would.
feet?
You'd totally be fine. You'd be all right.
It wouldn't kill her, but it would have knocked the wind out of her. I mean,
she'd be fucked up.
That's like taking a belly flop from 100 feet up.
It'd be the same as falling from 10 feet, essentially.
No.
Yeah.
That's not how gravity works.
Dude, this crew is on top of trying to help each other stay alive. Like, that's pretty intense.
Yeah, I think if I was out in the sea with you guys, you'd just like throw a little lifesaver round thing and be like, hey, grab it. It's all right, sorry, Aaron.
I would dive in to save you, but I probably wouldn't be
think
able
you
to
would
drag
at all.
you back. You know,
I mean, that's how
the
most people.
weakness
That's like
you're so big and strong, and I'm so small and frail. I couldn't swim you back.
It's super dangerous to try to save a drowning person.
Yeah.
If I fell in the
if
water,
they're panicking, they'll drag you down with
I would
them.
not want y'all to jump in after me. Just let me die.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Chris.
You jump in the water.
You're just
like
giving us a
that.
thumbs up. You're like, I'm
You know
all
what's-
right, man.
Now there's two people. We
die.
gotta
You know
save.
what's a dark secret about cruise ships that people don't talk about, and it's why you always have that story of my wife
all the
accidentally fell off the side. Is all the shit and food they pump into the water?
'Cause
They're surrounded by sharks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like they are just like they're leaving a trail of chum. And like if you fall off that ship, if they don't get you out like immediately, like you're gonna get eaten.
Waste all the poop.
Like,
It's all the poop. They just let
It's all the
go.
poop.
Yeah.
y'all have heard that story before of like
That's why they
my
call it the
wife,
poop
I don't know what
deck.
happened. She
Yeah.
fell off the side.
It's
Or feed them to the pigs.
So, really,
You're at an
I'm sure they have
ocean.
cameras now.
all right.
You know what else? Like anything could eat them up.
I know this from a National Geographic article I read back like a few years ago, but the only places where that's actually really a big deal is in places in the world that are essentially deserts of the water. So like the Mediterranean and like the Red Sea, and places where they've been fished. They're literally like fucking deserts, and there's still sharks. They follow.
Well, sharks don't have to eat so much.
And they follow the cruise ships.
Shout out to Jonathan Davis. We're still trying to get you to come on the show and talk about sharks.
Why is this even a question?
The lead singer of Korn.
Yeah, he works for the Texas Department of Fish and Wildlife, and he specifically studies sharks.
There was something seriously wrong with this boat.
He told us he'd bring us some pairs of pony shoes.
You want to build it, I want to build a raft.
Even with the
So now they're splitting up. Some of them want to get the fuck off the
They're
boat.
starting to come up with.
Well, because not all of them
yeah.
have seen anything.
Fuck yeah, I'd build a raft too.
Right now, but I need you.
All right. I'll do it.
There's no way we're doing a major patch and pump in the dark.
Carl Urban just needs to get on his horse and get the fuck out of there.
Exactly.
Rohirrim?
Yeah.
Like what? Like really though? What do you think? What do you think he was thinking whenever he like left? Like maybe they were doing it at the same time, and he would leave the set of Lord of the Rings and like walk on this shit pile.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine how he probably looked like Gandalf from fucking
He's like
from
he's
the Hobbit and the other one.
outside constantly on horseback and stuff, and big costumes and stuff, and then he goes
Yeah.
to like this tiny little set.
Well, because like like I said before, they didn't realize the script was changed until they got to the set. So like I'm sure it was pretty tumultuous. Everybody's probably pretty bummed out there.
Yeah,
Except for him. He knew he was in good hands. I mean,
disappointed, but they've all signed their contracts, so
Yeah.
they got to do it.
Like I could say this might have tanked what's his name's career. I don't know. Like he was
Gabriel Byrne?
Yeah, like
no, he's still acting. He was just in
he's-
Hereditary.
That's true.
yeah, he's just kind of all over the
It's just
place.
a write off.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
I only know him from Usual Suspects primarily.
Yeah. He was like the big name they got for this movie.
Yeah. He's like a half-ass.
That dude's still in the captain's
What's
quarters?
Andy? Not
Jeez.
Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia's a big guy. He's a big character
Yeah.
actor.
He was big around
Oh, he's
there.
in Stigmata. That's right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. He's,
Yeah.
It's Ocean's 11 and 12 and 13.
No.
No,
I was
you're thinking
saying
of Andy
Gabriel
Garcia.
Byrne.
Hey,
Yeah,
he's
that's
finally
what's-
going for
I
it.
just said Gabriel Byrne was.
Oh.
He just went for the drink.
yeah, he just got pissed and grabbed the bottle.
Well, he just lost one of his family. Two of them. No, one of them.
Solo.
He's beside himself with guilt.
I told myself I would never lose another crew member.
You hear that?
They're still sealed. Stuff's been sealed for 40 years. It's got to be safe. Okay, shoot for it. Who's it go?
So there's
Somebody was
they-
poisoning
yeah.
people.
Well, I mean, that one death scene didn't explain how everybody died.
How everybody else
Yeah.
died.
Right.
I mean, 1,800 people.
The survivors went crazy
Winners do not
and
empathize.
started killing each other a bit.
Bon appetit.
Oh, you're gonna love this scene, Tim.
Because obviously that wasn't an accident.
Well, I can already tell what it's about to be.
They're just drinking.
Oh, yeah. He's drunk. He's about to get
Where are we
seduced
at?
by
We're about halfway through.
Titty Ghost.
Yeah, he about to try to have sex with a ghost.
You know Titty Ghost is about to come up to him.
You got nice titty.
Nice.
Damn, look
titties.
at
Then she's like, I better appear.
Yeah,
around
he's-
him. He
he's
likes my
drinking.
This
titties.
is so ridiculous. He's getting drunk and he has a picture of his girl in his hand. He's like, "I'm gonna make it home to you, baby."
His only character trait is that he's grumpy and he wants to get home to his fiance.
Yeah, it's like,
That's his
man,
only character
one
trait.
day to retirement. This was gonna be my last job.
You serious? I'm serious.
I got a sweetheart waiting for me back home.
I mean, do cans last that long, Aaron? You're the canning expert.
I don't know about 40 years. They can last a while though.
If they're done well.
They can if
They can.
they can if it's absolutely perfect, but
Yeah.
that's pretty rare.
Yeah.
But
Especially
I
in
think
the
something like a
60s.
can of beans could probably last a long
A can of beans
time.
would, yeah.
Oh shit!
A can of beans would last a good while. It
Is there
depends on
blood all over the walls?
yeah. It depends on the acidity of the food, basically. So
Yeah.
the more acidic something is, like a tomato-based product, would last like quite a bit longer because it's more stable.
so
That's
gross.
That's why the beans are in like a kind of a spicy gravy. You know, they're usually like in a chili sauce.
I'm going to get you like
Beans are so gross. I don't understand.
beans and toilet paper.
I love beans.
Was it like a 3-bean?
I would starve.
You don't like beans? You would starve.
I would starve.
Something on your...
You're
Oh.
eating maggots.
Zach's about to throw up.
Hey, Tim's looking away too. Don't
Are
even-
are they seeing shit or are they really maggots? Is that
No,
really
they,
maggot
probably
they,
food?
really
they
maggots.
saw the
They saw
maggots
the
as
beans.
beans, and they were eating it.
But they've
and
been
then,
munching on maggots.
Is that like
Which
the
honestly,
scene in Lost
honestly,
Boys?
in this day and
I'm
age,
not
we
sure.
really need to start to accept that we're going to have to introduce insects into our diet as a species.
Oh, dude, I already
They're full
have
of protein.
I know. No, we've talked about it
I
before.
literally already have cricket flour in my pantry. I have cricket flour for pancakes and shit.
I mean, I know I struggle with it. I'm going to have a hard time. I'll probably be in my 90s eating my maggot snacks and choking them down for believing
they won't
it,
be
but-
live. They'll be ground up. Like you won't
Dude,
even
I've
know.
heard there's some what are the grub worms?
good.
I heard they taste like walnuts. If you raise them on like nothing but like a good source.
I'll never know.
Like I want to believe in it, but I don't think I'll ever be able to get past the knowing it's a bug.
I've never eaten a bug.
Oh, she found the ghost girl's room.
I've eaten a butt.
I've eaten live bugs. I don't give a fuck.
I thought you said I've never eaten a butt.
I think they established this girl was alone. Like
yeah, they
somebody
said she
sent
looked
her
at the
over.
ledger. Yeah, and it
That's
said,
how she knew her cabin.
it
She's
said
at her
solo.
cabin.
Yeah.
So she's trying
Which
to
was
figure,
also wrong Italian. It should have been sola.
she's trying to figure out who this little girl was because she obviously tried to
Try to save him.
try to
yeah.
save her.
Well, her artwork is shit, so clearly she wasn't
Yeah.
a good drawer.
Girl can't draw for shit, so she wasn't.
So should have abandoned that dream.
Obviously, she was a shit because her parents fucking abandoned her.
She was a shit.
Her parents were like, "Fuck this kid." Put her on a boat to wherever the fuck that boat's going.
Well, plot twist. Her parents were rich, and that's where the gold's from. They're like, send her with the gold. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about to transform into
Whoa.
the pristine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then sexy
Whoa.
lady's gonna show up and fuck him to death.
Is that how it really
It's not a bad
happened?
way to go out.
feel like Sub-Zero is going to enter at the stairway. This just has a real more.
Well, so there's okay. So
here we are.
So keeping to the theme of what we talked about in 13 Ghosts, trying to figure out how these ghosts work and interact with the world. We've seen a lot of ghosts, and okay, so we see the ghosts, but there's been a lot of shots where, like the opening of the propane tank, where nothing was there and it just opened on its own. The door to the body,
that bottle's
the
moving
body
by
suit
itself.
opened on its own.
Oh yeah, the bottle moved, and now the captain's drinking with him.
So they've established that there are ghosts, and they've established that there are invisible things that are making things happen.
Buonasera, capitano.
I guess maybe this is the connecting one.
This is the scene where Lloyd, the bartender, hands Jack Torrance the glass of whiskey.
even this scene is kind of the
This is the crone in the bathtub. Yeah.
I mean,
seducing him.
Do you think if they stuck to the Shining kind of thing, that it would have been
This
better?
would have been a lot better movie.
Yeah.
But it also
maybe.
could have been like, it would have been transparently a
because
rip-off.
knowing that it's totally a ripoff.
Yeah, this, you look at it like this, you're like, oh, that's a loose little like nod to
Homage,
yeah, an
like-
homage, but we changed it up, we put it on a boat, we changed things up.
That's a cool idea.
The original script might have been, they might have changed it because they were like, this is a blatant Shining ripoff, so let's try to make some changes.
Hotel.
What?
Shit.
Why?
This is a little more of an original idea. I mean, it's not an original idea at all, but
It focuses more on
they
just
put
the
a
pure
twist,
ghost aspect instead
put a
of
twist
like
on it.
the deeper stranger lore that is The Shining. You know, it's just a ghost.
See, okay,
thing.
he kissed her, he just sealed his
Dumb,
fate.
dude. You dumb, bro.
You
Well,
dumb.
apparently Joel Silver was the one that went in and rewrote everything.
I mean, I would too.
He's notorious in Hollywood for being
Rewrites?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
rewrites.
shit. So that's the little girl, man. That's her body.
The
Shit.
guy-
That's some cool
Yeah.
shit, though.
he'll visit the sets of
Oh.
films and be a little too hands on, and directors don't like working with him because
I don't know, dude.
he too much studio interference. And,
Yeah.
but then I get that because producers are like, hey, this is my fucking money.
Yeah.
You know, and the director's like, hey, you hired me to make a
I
movie.
mean, that can
like,
be
you-
good and
you
bad.
let
There-
me,
I mean,
like, make a
Catherine
movie.
Bigelow. There's so many outstanding examples of good producers,
Yeah, but yeah.
and it's probably a combination of hands-on and like this motherfucker knows what he's doing. Let me let him go.
Well, that was
Dude,
another-
I mean, dude, props to Steve Beck. I don't know this, but I'm going to assume that he had a hand in the opening scene more than Joel Silver.
Oh, for
Silver
sure.
did.
Like those two things with 13 Ghosts, like you can tell, like that's him.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, knowing that he worked for ILM in the '90s, he worked on
Everyone being
on
split
those
apart.
films,
But
like,
also, when
definitely
I
him.
was saying that Joel Silver, like directors don't like working with him because he's too hands-on and too, in there. That might be why Steve Beck never did anything after both these movies,
Maybe
because he had a horrible experience working with Joel
I need to
Silver
do-
on both of them, and he said, "Fuck this,
man,
I'm
it's
out."
it's like I know we're making these movies really aren't. They're bad movies, okay, but like there's so much like
They're
missing.
entertaining.
There's like missing intent
worse.
behind them that I want to find out what happened to him because he only
probably-
has those 2 1s and then those 3 in the '90s and nothing.
I
So
bet
Might
you
not
he
have had
just-
a passion for it.
I
or
Hey,
had a
look
bad
him up.
guarantee, I
experience.
bet you he had a bad experience working on
I'm
them.
gonna look him up.
It was like, I'd rather not
Yeah.
make movies this way. I'd rather be a part of it.
That was always
this way.
one of the more famous stories behind the scenes of Blade Runner. The producers on Blade Runner, Ridley Scott.
I mean, that's part of the lore
Yeah.
of Blade Runner.
They would yell at each other on set because they were expecting like more action, like in Indiana Jones. They had they had Harrison Ford, and then they go visit the set. And they're like, "You're not making the movie that we thought you were making."
quick touch. Which version are we gonna watch?
The final cut.
Yeah.
Wow, all right, cool.
Yeah, we're
Anyway,
not
back to the movie.
doing the one with the narration.
So the captain's kind of
No, the Graza was involved.
cluing them in.
The Grazas who was
So a
got
ship,
the gold and
a
the,
ship.
the
They
bad
found
people.
a ship that was wrecked, and they saved it. The Lorelei.
May 19th, 1960.
So the captain's
Hey,
calling
that's
him
the day
in.
after my birthday.
So the captain's a good ghost too, or is he?
Yeah,
trying
Well,
to-
he's telling them what happened to the ship.
Yeah.
What-
And he's
yeah.
cluing him into like the gold and like the bad guys, like all that stuff.
One survivor.
Something else was going
There's
on.
one survivor on the Lorelei. They found a ship that was wrecked, and
It's your wife.
That's your wife.
Oh, hi.
nice titties. Yeah.
Where you going?
Hey, girl.
Where'd you get that?
It's like I had
There's
a couple
kind of-
sips out of
there's
this
an element of-
40-year-old bottle of champagne.
So-
I'm
Well, there's
fucked
an
up.
element of like feeding into their sins a little bit, eh?
Oh yeah, they go after
He's cheating
their
on his
weak
fiancée.
points. Yeah,
Why's
He
she a
drank.
bad ghost? She was just a passenger. She's just a working woman. I wonder why she's bad.
She was entertainment, right? She
Yeah.
was a singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a singer entertainer.
Okay, so she's telling her.
Trapped here.
Who?
The ghosts.
My shipmates and I.
There weren't enough lifeboats.
Ones who aren't marked.
Katie, what do you mean?
Oh, all the lifeboats were marked. They were like, "Fuck it, nobody's getting off."
I don't
this
know.
boat.
Was the ship sailing to Italy or from Italy?
When he has all the
It was an Italian vessel that was going from England to New York.
Oh yeah.
we'll all be
It was headed to New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she said her parents were in New York and listened to her accent. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit. But vessels just from their country of origin, they leave out from all ports all over the place.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean,
Yeah.
it being
Yeah.
Italian makes
Yeah.
it fancy.
He who.
Leave this ship while you still can.
He who. So there's an evil he ghost somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, and the captain said there was one.
Yeah, something's keeping them all there.
Hey,
So
Tim.
they got to free all these ghost spirits
You mentioned something about a mark
by the end of the
Hey.
movie.
Hey Tim, I forgot to ask, did that shirt fit you? Did you put it on?
shit.
Oh,
That
yeah.
Shining shirt?
Yeah, I
Cool.
did. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
I was worried about
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. I was worried it might be too small.
Hanging on a hanger.
It's just me, bro.
Oh, now he's trapped
Oh, that's-
there.
Santos.
No fun lying a mile down.
God damn. The mechanic's a fucking ghost now.
Right?
Yeah.
Lights at the end of the tunnel.
It's just a
Because he
teleportation
died here,
move.
now he's stuck there too.
10,000 virgins at the pearly gates.
I'm gonna
you're
be
getting your re-
snatching.
you're getting your
and I'm
religions
gonna be
mixed up
snatching
there.
V cards at the
He's a
early gates.
Hispanic dude who's a Muslim.
Yeah, and heaven, like you're getting your religions mixed up.
So we ran out of idioms for the afterlife. Shit.
So I can't tell if these ghosts. So if these
He's
ghosts
like,
can
yeah.
Just wearing
directly
a poo.
fucking
Man, the
kill
Everlast
people.
was big in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, bigger
Yeah.
than 90s. Yeah.
Oh,
See, I can't tell if the ghost can fucking kill people because it's like she has to lure him somewhere for him to
because he's
die.
about to fall forward.
He's about to fall in like
Yeah.
the elevator
Yeah,
shaft
he's about to
or
fall
something.
and die.
Yeah,
There it is,
see,
yeah.
What a dumbass.
See, that's the thing is like they did make a separation. Like
but a ghost turned the. The crone. But a ghost turned the propane valve. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is like is the things that were interacting with physical objects up into the captain scene were done by invisible hands. So you didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Whenever the ghosts, they don't ever interact with anything.
Okay?
And it
Okay.
stayed that
Shit.
way until the captain had
Yeah.
the bottle and handed him the glass. But like up until that point, the ghost couldn't interact.
Yeah.
But now see, he
He's
can't
making-
interact with Santos. He's
he's
going over
them kill
her
each
or
other. Yeah. This is how everybody dies. It's
there's a little inconsistency. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's seeing shit.
But the
Okay, I
bad
get
thing
it,
is
I get
invisible.
it.
You can't see it. It's like a
That's the ship
it's a further
itself.
power.
Is that that's why the ghost ship doesn't mean the ghosts on it. The ship itself is haunted, like the Overlook Hotel.
Oh damn.
That was like almost like a nod to Blade Runner 2049. Whenever Joy put herself over the
I don't want to cry,
hooker?
man. Don't make me cry.
Yeah, don't make me cry.
Oh, that's so sad.
I really need to get that.
Let's
movie.
stop talking about Blade Runner.
Have you not seen it?
I know.
No,
I
he
want
saw
to
it
own
in
it.
the theater,
No, I've seen it.
Look, he just tried to kill you. He stays in there.
Yeah, so that's just a little. This is Wendy locking Jack up in the dry storage thing in The Shining.
In the pantry.
Yeah, the pantry because he's going crazy. Wendy,
Christopher,
I think you hurt my head real bad.
could you hand me a beer, please, sir? I would really appreciate it.
Man, severely pissed off.
I'm gonna get on the snowcat and get Danny out of here.
At least we weren't around 40 years ago.
You think somebody poisoned the passengers to get to the gold? And don't you think that's a little...
Extreme? Yeah, maybe, but if the shoe fits. I mean, look, next thing you know, we'll all be trying to kill each other. What's at the heart?
See, there's pieces of the original script in here.
To this little girl.
What's our running time right now?
She told me to get off this boat.
We just lost.
We're in the last act.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's actually over an hour and a half. Surprising. I figured it'd be like a
So the ship's got a few...
118.
So we've lost
Hour
2 guys.
We try to fix the ship.
We lost Epps. We lost Santos.
Yeah.
Murph went crazy, and they locked him up in an aquarium.
The ghost is gonna let him out. That's gonna be The Shining.
Come on.
The captain's gonna let Murph out.
The fuck is? Oh, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
So they're like, we need to fix this boat so that we
So we
don't
get the fuck out of
Well,
here.
no, so they don't run into the rocks. That's the next thing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like a time
That's
clock.
that's
yeah.
the ticking clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arming the C4. Dodge.
I'm good.
Munder.
I'm good.
Contact.
Contact.
They're like, it's a good
Everything's
thing
good.
there's no
We're
dead bodies in this water.
Right down the hole, 5 by 5.
I'll shut her up. No problem.
I'll shut her up.
Munder.
Banter.
Rudder's fixed.
Imagine like a
This is the underwater welding montage.
Montage.
yeah.
We're
Like
fixing
imagine
the
like a
ship.
video
We're
game. That's
fixing the
just
ship.
like you're just
Yeah.
Time to
welding
remember
on a
what we
ship.
started this movie as. Badasses.
boring
who
Well,
fix
if, they
shit
would,
ever.
if it was a video game, you're like, you have to go to level 1 dry storage to get the crank to
just very
turn the
quiet.
thing.
Oh,
Just
you need
quiet,
another. You need
horrible.
another acetylene tank.
Yeah. Oh, man, I think I saw one. Oh, man, I got to backtrack all the way up there.
Chris,
They got water that high up in the boat?
They got a pump.
That's pump.
You're a pump.
Imagine if this was VR, dude. Like, we were talking about VR the other day.
No,
and
that
how we
would
can
be
handle
interesting.
It. Like, you got VR scuba missions and then, like, ghost hallways
So
and
I would like to say
That
right
would be
here,
cool, actually.
turning a wheel on
Really
a ship
cool.
that has no power
Damn,
is almost absolutely useless.
Yeah.
Like it's just floating. You're not going to change
Yeah.
the direction with a little rudder. It has to have something behind it.
So there's got to be a force to push it.
Keep the sucker afloat as long as it
Eh.
takes to get picked up.
They're going to get all the ghosts are going to get out and push. Okay, we need all the ghosts to get out behind the boat and start pushing.
Well, they have fucking Rohirrim man there. I mean, if they can just if he can contact Aragorn,
Yeah, that's,
he can awaken all the ghosts in the ship. They will
Aragorn's got
join
at least
Aragorn, and then they
10,000
can make it all
men. Yeah.
happen.
He's got 10,000 men on
Aragorn
horseback.
commands the ghosts.
Yeah,
Aragorn
commands the
exactly.
ghosts.
Absolutely.
He's got the fucking sword. He's got Isildur's sword.
The blade that cut the ring.
What was, to our listeners, if you can tell us, what was the name of the broken sword that Isildur cut the ring from Sauron's hand that is reforged?
What are you
If you could tell
I
us the
know
name
it.
of Aragorn's sword, we'll give you $20.
Hey,
Dang, bro.
that's nice.
I don't know.
Well, none of y'all will come get your goddamn prizes.
Yeah.
Right?
So I just promise whatever
Yeah.
because nobody ever
Yeah, if you
collects.
listen this far, you could probably
Yeah, exactly.
make $20.
I'll give you $1 million, man. Fuck
Still
it.
got all these prizes in this room because none of y'all are getting at us.
Yeah, I might start taking this shit back home.
I want to show you something.
I want
And
to
then
show
she
you
just
something.
Never mind. No,
Mind
so she
meld.
could have done this all along, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's pretty
She goes,
strong.
I am the ghost of exposition.
Yeah, my curse is backstory.
Exactly.
Okay, now we're gonna get a little bit more of that opening
Oh,
scene.
I was hoping they would
Oh.
show more cooking. Like
So here's the
Yeah.
murder. Here's the poisons
yeah,
and the murders and
what
the
was
stuff.
going on? Oh, the whole kitchen was in on it.
Saboteur.
who puts one boiled crawfish like as a
Ugh.
fucking garnish?
Wait, hold on. Listen, the music.
It's kind of cool. I like it. It's sexy.
Sounds like Bjork,
with a techno
Bjork mixed
beat.
with like Sade.
This is like. Can we get the dudes from Massive Attack to do the behind on a operatic?
Oh yeah, there were 2 survivors. Her and
No, the
Oh, no,
captain-
he died. He
yeah,
died. He
yeah, his
definitely did.
fucking face fell off.
that's right.
Which that there was a big inconsistency. Everybody else got cut off at the waist,
At the waist.
but he got cut.
I think
on
it
his
showed
face.
them standing in like a different
He was
level. Yeah,
something-
they were in like a different
Wasn't he
level
like
thing.
bent down or something? Or no?
She was bent down.
Yeah.
Ooh, so the crew was just killing everybody.
Part of the crew. Yeah. A part of the crew, but not all of them. You know, not all the crew.
Well, yeah.
Huh.
Apparently the captain wasn't in on it.
Yeah, that.
This is kind of lame.
Bring that pot out full of armed weapons.
So they were just
They do an execution in front of a pool.
in the pool. So that's why she found the bullets.
See, all right, you see
Oh,
that?
he got
Look,
betrayed.
you see that? That's why as soon as I find some valuable shit with somebody else, I don't want it. I'm walking away.
Oh,
'Cause
wait.
the second you find that,
Are they gonna kill the little girl too?
I thought
She has-
she
well, I mean-
she hung herself. I thought.
Yeah, she'll have to die like
Yeah.
as
At
a
that
little
age.
girl. Yeah.
yeah. To stay
Yeah.
that way.
I guess they hung her.
Or they made it look like they hung her.
Yeah.
So they were there to steal the gold. So the crew...
I love how this scene is...
Oh, see, she's a bad ghost. Look, she's in on
Because
it.
we didn't see her die in that opening scene.
Yeah.
That's right.
She's in on it.
They didn't show her die with the...
Is that the twist?
So she was the... So she's a bad ghost, obviously. Oh, they were in love. So she got that guy to betray all the other dudes.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as I
and now
find something...
she's going to kill him, yeah. Oh, that was cool.
Damn, that was cool.
So Christopher Nolan ripped off the beginning of Batman Dark Knight from this movie.
No, I killed the bus driver.
Yeah.
I just said that to piss Chris off.
Yeah. So who's the last guy?
She's like, let's fuck on this gold.
It's Gabriel Byrne. Watch.
She's like, let's just fuck all over this gold.
This is a character we have not met yet.
Here we go. This
Here
is
comes
the
the face
turnaround.
reveal.
The reveal.
It's Christian Bale. Oh, and he betrays her.
Oh,
damn.
That wouldn't work. Those things aren't sharp. It would not.
No,
Depends on the force.
Tim, you're wrong though.
Depends on the force.
Because in whenever we hang speakers, we use something similar, and they usually have a safety latch that goes over top of it. But they're
A big hook like that is
listen.
dull.
That's a lot bigger than the ones we use, and it's in the 60s, so it probably weighs. That
Is
thing
this
weighs
the
like
devil?
50 pounds. Like that's a heavy hook. It probably could have hooked her in the jaw.
Is that the fucking devil he just burned?
They probably could have knocked her head off. But
He
we don't know who this guy is. We haven't met this
It
guy.
looked like a question mark, but it
That's-
had like an
that's
arrow
Ferryman.
pointing instead of like a dot,
He-
right?
It's him.
Oh,
You didn't-
I didn't
you-
recognize him with his
really?
hair all slicked back like that.
Yeah.
But
See,
he,
I knew there was going to be a reveal that this guy was
Yeah.
a bad guy. Not telling him.
yeah,
all
but
the-
he literally burned a symbol in her palm with his hand. Like, is he the devil?
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
Yeah, they don't ever go into that. Man,
They
it's-
don't
dude,
go into it?
Dude,
That's fucking
as many
supernatural.
times as I watch this movie, like I can't believe
What?
I can't believe that I didn't see that he was the bad guy from the beginning.
He's deader than fuck.
It's kind of like watching
Gabriel Byrne-
it's like watching Shutter Island, right?
Yeah.
Like that movie's ruined after the first viewing.
No,
Yeah,
actually,
get him
it's
out
not.
of there. Get
Oh,
him
it's
out of
not.
there.
I
Every
know.
time you rewatch it, I still don't know.
Really?
I mean, it's the one of the things it's that movie is very, very, very smart.
We're gonna do that, aren't we?
It repeats it. It warrants a repeat viewing because you might be like, "Oh shit, I didn't notice that
check
the
it out
first time
again.
around." I've watched that movie several times. It never gets old. So Gabriel Byrne died off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably because he called his agent and said, "Fuck this.
I guess.
You
kill
better
me
you
off."
better get me off of this goddamn
Well,
set."
He kind of died off screen, but they saw you putting him in the aquarium.
That,
But I
that was
assumed
an
that he was
off-screen
going to get
death.
out. Though.
No,
That's
so-
an off-screen death.
I don't know. They put him in the aquarium, and
but they
pro-
never implied that they were
but
going
they
to
might
make
They
have-
him
didn't
drown.
visually show him dying.
Yeah.
But I guess it was probably a hallucination.
So
the
if this
aquarium was
dude's a
filled up.
ghost, how did he
Get
get off
well,
the
that's
ship
the thing is,
and talk to them
so
on land?
he must have been the guy that's been doing this. So
Yeah.
whenever the Lorelei crashed into this ship originally, it had one passenger left alive. He's some kind of demon.
I
That's
think
what I'm
he's a
thinking.
demon, yeah.
They don't really
Yeah.
establish like he leaves a mark on people.
Yeah.
He could
Some
be Satan.
Randall flag.
I mean,
shit.
we could just call him Satan. I would say that.
Yeah. He
'Cause he
obviously
hasn't-
doesn't. The rules don't
Yeah.
apply to him.
He hasn't aged since the 60s.
Yeah,
And he
so he's obviously
literally
a ghost.
burns symbols into people's hands. He's Satan or some.
So he's like,
greater
well,
demon.
okay. So dig a little deeper. His name is Ferryman, which is a reference
Yeah.
to the ferryman that takes
Put the
souls.
eyes on your. Yeah.
He collects souls to take across to to wherever.
River Styx. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I played Castlevania.
River.
before.
Yeah, River Styx. Yeah, I read Dante's Inferno.
Be careful, Hilda.
I will.
So what's the purpose of him needing them alive? Is he still trying to get the gold?
I don't think he cares. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's just collecting souls.
no,
Madness.
he
He's
wants-
just- yeah, it's just soul.
Well, he
collecting.
He
wants
just likes bringing-
no. Well, they just said that the ship's about the next rotation the ship's about to do
Oh,
is going to crash
shit.
it into rocks.
Oh.
So he wanted to find somebody to keep his ghost ship collection going.
Oh, is that Carl Urban?
I think it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Damn, that was.
So that's why he found them, because he wants to keep this ship going because it's been working pretty well for him, I guess.
Then why is he fucking killing them? He's like, fix
Right.
my ship, but I'm going to kill the mechanic first.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's a big plot hole for me.
Yeah.
What's the purpose? What is his end game here?
Maybe he just can't help it, or maybe he knows they're
Is
slowly
it
figuring
is
it
it
out.
because he's well? He never
Oh,
got
damn.
off the boat because. Oh, so many questions.
Oh, they just saved it.
There's
They
too
fixed
much
it.
about it that
Yeah.
doesn't add up.
That's
Yeah.
right, because they had fixed it, and whenever she found all this stuff out, they were just waiting to see if it worked. So now that he's done with them, he can.
You're not. She said to wait here.
Yeah, no, but I just want to
That's the only reason we brought him out
now-
there, just
now
to
that
keep
they've
this.
patched the holes.
Because it keeps going in a circle, so he wants to just keep it going until like somebody else can get him or something.
Okay, the music's swelling. He's about to kill Blondie.
Do it, Satan.
I just don't understand how he can
So I gotta
control
take my
things
shirt off
without
first.
touching them, but
You heard me. Your pathetic excuse for a man. She says jump and you jump.
Oh.
Disgusting.
Whoa.
Time for this.
That's hardcore.
You're eternal. You got all the time and literally all the time.
So what the fuck does he care?
Don't worry about who I am. Just who are you? I've seen
I'm the guy with the gun, asshole.
I mean, it was supposed to be a psychological thriller, so.
cowardly child. However,
But it's surpassed that into like some sort of demonic supernatural thing. Not even a ghost thing.
you know, Doc.
Him burning things in, like things into people's
Yeah.
arms
The
like
mark,
that throws
yeah.
everything off. That makes this
Well,
everything.
no. The mark is what keeps them on the boat, but he didn't mark Santos. That we saw, I
But
guess.
do you know that that's what keeps them on the boat? I thought just dying there kept them on
Oh,
the
that's
boat.
my assumption. Well, I mean, that's what you assume from Santos, but he
Jesus.
marked the red dress lady. I guess he marked the kid. I don't know. Well, no, the captain's on there. He didn't mark him either.
He's not dead. Watch his eyes. Yep.
Yeah.
Call that.
Always shoot him a second time.
Double tap.
Should have gone for the head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but he's never killed anybody before.
My
you know?
other problem is we saw all the people die in that opening scene. We just got the flashback where the crew murdered everybody else. We know how
Poison.
everybody died. But the ship was working just fine. Nobody fucked the ship up. So what happened to the ship to get all the
Time.
holes and make it fuck up?
Time, yeah.
Because he was still alive. Everybody else was dead. He was alone on the boat.
Powerful
he
being.
had won.
Well, no, he's a powerful being, and the ship's working great, and they said they ran it bone dry. So, like, I guess maybe that's why he's trying to get this crew out there to save it, because maybe he lucked out, and people kept trying
the
to
boat
come
just
and
finally
people kept finding the boat, and then he kept just doing what he does, you know. And it's worked out. I mean, he's been doing it for a while, 40 years.
We gotta get out of
I
here.
just don't know his end game. He just wants to stay on the
I guess
boat.
that's good in the soul collecting game. I don't know.
I think if you're a soul collector, there's probably better ways to collect souls.
There are. Definitely are.
Yeah, but it checks out. Like basically, these people are selling their souls for gold, and it's an immeasurable amount of money.
But then
You
he
know.
killed all of them. So
he's tied to the gold. The gold is like his bait.
is it like the
Because
the
they
gold?
took the gold from that ship that they found, and it was just him and the gold, and they took him and the
gold
gold
is cursed.
into this boat. Yeah, so he's tied to that gold.
Basically.
It was
It's me
unmarked.
gold, yes.
It's unmarked gold.
Haven't you asked me where Munder is?
What?
Well, I suppose.
Oh,
I like the jacket slipping
God.
on like he's fucking Elvis or something.
Shame.
He took
Soul.
the jacket off too.
Pull that trigger, Maureen.
Try me.
Was he the T-1000?
He's the fucking devil, dude.
He's Shang Tsung, dude.
He's the ferryman.
Katie told you.
You know what I would do? I would transform into her and then murder her as me, or as herself.
Her.
But as long as I keep the boat afloat,
Yeah, like the T-1000 when he turned into Sarah Connor.
Fuck are you?
I'm a salvager.
Salvager of souls.
You collect ships. I collect souls.
I can agree with this guy. I mean, I collect souls. I've been collecting souls for like 9 hours today.
You're a soul collector.
Props to Dark Souls 3. Anyway,
So he's filling a quota. He says
Send
there's
us some
management.
free
So he's-
souls.
Management won't be happy.
So he's not the devil.
Management is the devil.
He works for the devil.
Yeah.
Seem to be getting through to you. What I'm asking.
He's an agent of hell.
I've got a job to do.
listen, my employer
Yeah.
requires.
Yeah.
She's trying to deal with her.
You don't think I have an obligation to my employer?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Then I guess it's over.
That's probably why they changed the script, because they realized that you're right.
They realized
Joel
they
Silver was like, "Fuck, we totally just
ripped off The Shining.
yeah."
So he
You got
has
to change it a little bit.
he has like telekinetic control of the ship.
He can shapeshift. He can.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can.
You know, I talk shit on Joel Silver, but now I kind of see he was like, "No, we got to bury this shit."
Yeah. We're gonna get sued.
Yeah.
Well, this was actually pretty. This was pretty smart because they were like, I was like, who the hell turned on the propane knob? Because the ghosts can't interact with anybody. So it was.
Well, that's how they fucked that with the captain, but that's how they set it up in the beginning.
It was big illusions to him in the first place, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
that would have totally killed her too.
Yeah, she'd be dead. Oh, shit.
I saw the rib cage. That was kind of cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, she
Dude,
totally.
I wonder how many
she's
souls he
fucking
just
dead.
lost.
Yeah, if he just got disintegrated, she's dead.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, she got
Like,
under the water.
If it just blew up like half the middle of the ship, and she's just gonna. Okay.
Fuck. Oh, these are all the ghosts
my God.
escaping.
Oh, that's Ghost. Okay, I thought it was
This is
her.
the
I
end of
was like,
Mortal Kombat in a way.
Are they really having to swim? Like,
Yeah, the ghosts.
shouldn't they just be able to like glide upward or downward or forward or whatever the fuck?
I mean,
Good point.
they walked around on the ship, so why wouldn't they have to?
I think that could just be a visual thing, just to fuck with the
Good
humans.
point, Chris. Good point.
Not at one point did any of the ghosts do anything that wasn't human,
This girl,
other than
Exactly.
not be transparent.
Trying to trick us.
She leading her out.
man, she's gonna survive, and that pisses me off.
Was that her?
Nah.
There's no fucking way she would escape this boat that just
Well, the
turned
C4
up fucking-
explosion would have killed her.
Yeah. Let's say fucking miraculously the ghost protected her from that. Let's say. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh,
Well, also-
fucking, this is lame.
All right, you're going to like you're going to.
Okay, the ship is going like this and turning vertical, and she's still swimming upward. There, you don't know what it's up or down or left or right now.
And
she
plus
would
the
already
suction-
be
the
out
suction
water.
of the ship.
Yeah,
The
she'd
suction
be
of the ship
pulling
would be
down.
pulling
She'd
you
be
down.
getting sucked
Yeah.
down.
Oh, another point. This is in the Bering
was
Strait.
She
You know
was
how
also in
cold
the
the
heart.
water is.
Yeah, she was also in the heart of the ship. She was in the worst possible place
You know,
to try and get
the
out.
water would be so goddamn cold here. She'd be dying of hypothermia.
Oh,
She'd
the
be in shock.
ghosts-
Nah, she's a woman. She'd be all right.
Y'all are talking shit, but I'm getting emotional about
The
this scene.
ghost
This is very
saved her.
intense.
What the fuck?
Into the Aurora Borealis.
Oh, that's what the Northern Lights
Yeah,
are.
so
They're
that's
just
what
ghosts.
Northern Lights are.
Ghost ship.
They're just ghosts.
Just a bunch of dead ass motherfuckers floating around.
Hey, if you end up at one of those Comic
Some of
Cons
those
or
people were
Paloozas or
horrible.
whatever, if you see like there's like anybody from like Ghost Ship, and if you see anybody in a line to meet them, you should just go beat their ass like right in front of everybody. I don't mean that.
I feel like this is very Titanic-y right
Yeah.
now.
Look, she's floating on a thingy. No, but yeah, I talked over you just there, Zach. Yeah, that water would be fucking freezing.
Yeah, it'd be about 40 degrees.
Yeah, she'd be dead by now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Sharks.
By day. Or not. No, it'd totally be hypothermia.
Oh,
This is by Alaska.
they keep doing
Like,
those wipes
shit.
to show us the
time passing.
yeah, the
She's
passing of
sunburned.
time.
Yeah, she's grown a full beard and everything.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm not going to get
And
on
I-
another
and I-
goddamn
Fool me
cruise
once.
ship.
Shame on me.
Now, I know I talk shit on cruises, but I really don't think Carnival Cruise Lines has a cruise that goes through the Bering Strait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have Alaska cruises.
Yeah. Well, they do.
No, they're past Alaska here. They're way out in the middle of nowhere.
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Nah. Those dudes look familiar. Those look like some ghosts we've seen. I
I
don't
feel
trust
like
it.
we're gonna get a little twist, like the
with
guy's
a
not-
heavy metal
They
track,
finally
maybe?
made landfall. Now they can start
the
possessing
paramedic is gonna
houses.
shapeshift into Home Dude, and he's gonna be like, "You thought you could kill me with fire, you stupid bitch!" And then Mudvayne kicks in and roll credit.
Oh,
Look at them. They're getting the
you
gold.
called the moment the music was going to cut on.
That's all.
Ah,
Look,
Oh
it's
my
the crew.
god!
It's the
Tim,
crew
you
with the
called
gold.
Fucking crew.
You called it.
It's the crew with the gold. I told you it looked familiar. I could tell
It's
those
just
highlights.
a cycle.
There he is! Wow!
It's just a cycle.
Because they're going on this new cruise ship. They're going on the new cruise ship.
Ka is a wheel.
They got a new boat.
He's got a new boat.
Ka is a wheel. Well,
Holy shit, you can't win them all, Steve Beck.
Oh man.
well.
Final thoughts?
Oh man.
I had fun.
I like 13 Ghosts was a really positive experience, but this
Yeah.
one was
That
kind
was
of what I
that
expected.
definitely was the better of the
It's
two
a better
films.
movie by
This
far.
has its moments. It does. There was some cool parts, but when they started trying to do those twists at the end, they lost me.
It's a really bad mix-up of the Love Boat
crawling
font
down.
with Mudvayne.
Yeah.
I'll feed
Final thoughts, Chris.
I just gave him.
to drag me
I love that
down.
there was
See, I remember
only
this song a lot.
there was only one song by one band in this movie, and it got played twice.
I had a fun time. I love 13 Ghosts a bunch. I hate that I missed that one. But you know what? I didn't know. I didn't know he had a second movie.
That was
And I could have gone my whole life without knowing that he made a second movie. So, but now I know. and I got to hang out with my friends.
I mean,
and I love y'all.
well, no, like I said at the beginning, that opening
No, that was
kill,
awesome. That was really cool.
And like, it's all downhill after that.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
the best part of the movie by
That's
far.
it. You can stop watching after the first 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And they had I mean, yeah, this is part 2 of our Ghost trilogy. We're really excited.
Wait a minute, trilogy?
Nobody's listening.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Nobody's
Look,
still listening.
I know
That's
we already have decided, or we've said we decided, but I'm really kind of thinking with Carl Urban and making it at the same time that we should do like Return of the King because there's ghosts in the ship in it.
No, fuck that.
No, we still gonna stick to it?
Yeah,
We're
we need to
sticking-
stick
yeah.
to
That's
it.
doing a ghost ship.
Return of the King
trilogy.
is 3.5 hours.
You would need
long.
another movie with a ghost ship.
Nah, fuck
Return
that.
of the King is like 3.5, 4 hours long. There's.
I don't think anybody would enjoy listening to me.
All right,
go
so
off.
so here's
we
my
have to break that up into 2 episodes.
here's my final thought. It was a pretty fun movie, and it stayed pretty consistent with its lore, which is good. And I realized that Steve Beck is obsessed with titty ghosts.
Yeah,
and
we did get another
that's
one.
okay. You know, whatever.
May I
mean,
interject?
he's
13
obsessed with
Ghosts,
cutting
Titty Ghost
people
is
in.
better.
He's obsessed with cutting people in
Much better,
half and showing titty ghosts, and
Yeah.
that's cool. Steve Beck, appreciate you, man.
And they used K&B effects again too. Yeah, Greg Nicotero. That was all that shit at the beginning. Those are the guys, man.
I don't know why they went with the handwriting font for the credits.
It's
Seems
Love Boat. It's the Love
Strange
Boat.
to try and throw you off at the beginning.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah. My final thought is, yeah, that was fun. That was a little goofier than one of the other ones. But we hope you learned something. I know that I didn't.
Yeah, we don't have to wait till the credits are over.
Yeah, so yeah, that's it. I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
Yeah, but you're gonna let the Mudvayne play out, though, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let that shit play out.
What a shitty movie.
Yeah.